Hi Scott, I'm Scott with Pioneer Visits Trailer. I know we have yet to meet, but I guess you'll get to meet me now. So I wanted to do a video and go over the trailer and go through everything that we've done. Be a little better than the pictures, you know, be, I don't know, more real life, I guess. So as you can see, we've got, you know, all the emblems, all the trim are stripped off the outside. We're going to start polishing on it on Monday, so we got it pulled out today. I thought I'd do a video before we put it over in the polish bay. So you can see, you know, all your reflectors, all the emblems, you know, all that stuff has been removed. You know, that helps us get all the dirt out from behind those, and it also gives us a chance to take those emblems and, you know, we clean them up, repaint them, make them look like new. You got your new axles here. They got the easy lube hubs, so you pull that little rubber piece out and your grease zerk's in there. You can see your new shocks in there. We got the frame, and your wheel well has all been cleaned up and painted. So here's your power inlet, 50 amps. Here's your hitch that we installed. So we ended up notching the aluminum bumper to get it up off the ground because I know you got a lot of weight there, so I didn't want to put it down here. You know, that generator, if you got a big generator, you know, you're going to be out to here with it. So, you know, the higher up we could go with it, the better. And as you can see inside here, what we did, we ended up putting two pieces of C-channel in here. So we've got one here, and we also have one here, because the aluminum bumper itself would not support that kind of weight. So, you know, we modified all that, put that in there. It's very sturdy. Will not have any trouble with the weight of that generator on this puppy. Here you've got your city water inlet. So, being we did all that plumbing, there was no sense to leave that crappy copper, you know, the old school water inlet that they had, where you just hook a hose up. This has a built-in pressure regulator and backflow preventer in it. They're very nice units. We use them quite often. So back here you can see this will be your shut-off valve and the connection for the gas propane for your propane generator. So them are all new fittings, valves, brand new line. That whole gas system is new front to back. So you've got a new gas line that comes up to this water heater. So those are very nice units. Gas on demand. Very efficient for you. So we had to, being it was smaller than the original, that's what the patch is for, to cover that up. So these are the two new leveling jacks, or stabilizer jacks I was telling you that we had to install because of the issues with the room under here with your new gray water tank here that's installed. And here's your dump valve for that. You know, we've got a brace here that holds up, you know, holds up that extension out here. So a nice easy cap. You twist, it hangs down. Also has here, you can hook the hose up to it if you want to flush it. And then here's to dump the tank when it's full. So you've got quite a bit of new belly pan metal under here. Basically, from here back, that's all new. You got a shut-off valve for your hot water heater on the gas as well. So here's your finished patch. It didn't turn out too bad with it being offset from the Vista window. So I was pretty happy with the way that turned out. So I think you'll be okay with that. So underneath, really not too much changed visually under here. You know, but we did pull out the freshwater tank. We dropped that down. We added insulation to it. We added the heat mat. And then we used a little thinner plywood to compensate for the extra insulation. So we slid all that back in. Your tank was tested. It was cleaned. The same with your black water tank. We did the same thing there. So you will have no issues. Your plumbing system, your water system, your gas system, it's pretty much new. Well, I mean, I guess it really is new. Other than the tanks themselves, which they checked out fine. So up here we've got the new propane regulator. You've got new pigtails. So these are still your old 30-pounders that we got on here. I know you wanted the 40-pound tanks, so those will be changed out. So we added the new pigtail for the towing lights. That other one, you know, they just put a new end on it. It was all cobbled up, Scott. I mean, the wires, they had some cheap plastic conduit, and the wires were coming out of it. It was a mess. So here's your outside outlet we got put in. It's got a GFI in it. So nice little unit there. So all your window seals, we removed all your windows completely from the trailer. We cleaned off all the old seals, and we installed brand new factory seals. So your leveling jacks in the front, those were removed. They were cleaned up, re-lubed, repainted, and we installed them. So here, you've got your white coat of paint here. Your screen door has been cleaned. It's got new aluminum screen material in it. You know, all your jams, all your door jams, you know, those were all cleaned. So something really nice, I mean, these windows were completely rebuilt. All your latches were taken out. These here, all your latches, those were totally removed. We had to rebuild actually quite a few of them. So we also, you know, these window guides here that these adjust your windows with, we replaced all of them. They're all brand new. All your window arms themselves were removed, cleaned, painted. You know, I mean, these things, your windows are like new, basically. So that's, you know, it's, a lot of our work is in the details, and once you see the trailer in person, you'll see what I mean. So up here is your control panel. You know, we've got switches for your water pump. We've got a switch that turns on your water heater. This is your water heater control. And then here are your 3 heat mats. And these are, in all your tanks, we put all new sensors in. And, you know, this is a new monitor too. So switch for your pump, and then you can check all three tanks. We've got an outlet up here. We got outlets everywhere. I think you ended up with like 15 of them. And they're all GFIs. You got different switches here for the different lights you wanted to run, you know, in the locations that you wanted. So you can see the hatch here. You know, very nice looking. We got anodized aluminum. You got your 4 LED puck lights. And this hatch is a double seal. You've got a seal on the outside, and we also have a seal on the inside here. So we did take the liberty, if, you know, we took your wing window covers, your trim rings, and we cleaned them up and painted them silver, you know, to kind of go with the silver on the screens. So your screens were all taken off, cleaned, repainted, and new aluminum material put in. So down here you've got a new hose. That was the freshwater tank that we completely removed, checked it all. You know, your water pump, you know, all your your hot and cold water obviously is color coded. So we actually did go a little step further, and we put some of this reflective bubble wrap, or not bubble wrap, but it's like a type of insulation, but it uses air pockets, air bubbles in there with the silver reflective, the radiant reflective material. So we got a switch up here for runner lights. Here's your 50 amp panel down here. So we've got, you know, you got a 50 amp main, and then all your breakers here for how we separated out the circuits. So here's your extra box for running, you know, 220 for that oven that you wanted here. This is your DC fuse block. So this is basically the, you know, the breaker system for your DC circuits. You got your new 45 amp DC converter. So it converts AC to DC to run all this. And then there will also be a battery that we'll install as well that if you're not plugged into shore power, you can still run your DC circuits off of the battery until it runs out of power, obviously. So we did a lot of modifications down here when we had the bathroom out. You know, they had ductwork, and they had, you know, you had your drain lines that ran through here up to the sink. So another thing that we did when we did all your plumbing was we cleaned all that up. We took it out, we removed what we didn't need, and it's nice and clean and, you know, good to go there. So you've seen in the pictures that, you know, how much of this bathroom we did have removed. You know, and a couple things that we had to fix. So we've kind of got it wiped down now. When we put it back together, these two panels here, they had carpet up on them. They were glued. The glue was nasty. It was stuck to the paneling. The paneling was... So we had a couple pieces laying around that we cut new ones out of and installed them. So we've got the, you got your new toilet put in there. So it is bolted down, but you know, if the floor, when the floor goes in, no big deal to pop that baby back out. And then under this cabinet here is where you'll have access to your water heater. And, you know, we have some wiring that comes up from your tanks. I know it's kind of hard to see down there, Ben. So I know it's not a whole lot to look at, but, you know, we've done a lot of work that's, you know, of course, been covered up. You know, especially underneath with all the tanks and the plumbing and, you know, the wiring behind the walls. And so we've got the stubs out of the walls here for your lights when those go in. We got the old air conditioner off here. You know, after she gets polished, we'll install the new air conditioner, we'll install the awning, and we'll start doing the finishing touches, putting the trim on, the emblems, painting the tongue and the bumper, and, you know, she'll really start to come together. Alright, well, I think that's about it. We covered up your old fridge vent down there, because we didn't need a hole in the floor. I think that about covers everything I can think of at the moment. We did recondition your roof vents. There were some of them that had cracks and needed some attention. And since we did not replace those with new, we did go through and make sure those were all up to snuff. So Ben, is there anything you can think I missed? So something to consider when you order that air conditioner is to get a drain kit with it, because that's what this hose is. With the drain kit, the condensate water from the air conditioner will run down this hose, and we rerouted it, and it dumps out beside your tire. So if you don't have the drain kit, that water just runs down the outside of your trailer, and when it's nice and polished, you know, over time it'll streak. So this drain kit will prevent that. And of course we've got your gray water stubs here. You know, that's all hidden underneath there, and they all goes under your gray water. We also rerouted, we had to reroute your tub drain and your sink drain. When we modified all that, we cleaned that all up, and we also dumped that into your gray water tank, because before, originally, it would have just ran out on the ground. So we did tidy that up as well. So you'll have a trailer here to last another 50 years, and she'll be beautiful. All right. Well, thank you, Scott. Have a great day.